After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 518. Today is Monday, August 22nd, 2022, as we are recording. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Vernico.
And I'm Ty, also known as Francis Gypsy. I thought I brought my shawl with me, but I guess my sweater's going to have to do.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're glad that you have found us, and we hope you find something that will bring you back. If you are returning, we're always glad to have you back. If you are new or returning, and you are in the shadows, just kind of watching from the shadows, that's fine. But if you'd like to become more involved, we'd love for you to join officially. Just tap the little subscribe button on your right and tap the little bell so you can get notifications when the podcast goes up. And if you want to go even further and take part in the alongs and camaraderie and that kind of thing, that happens in our home group, which is at phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and that's in the little description box below the video.
And if you want even more interaction, we got the Patreon, where
there are different levels.
There's different levels, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a WhatsApp for the patrons.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of kinds of little perks for the patrons.
Yes.
Now, I guess we're going into tea.
Yes.
I didn't bring my thing.
I didn't either, but I did write down the information about it.
We're having the same tea because somebody gifted us each a September community from Adagio. We don't know who it was. We were very grateful. We thanked them up and down in a general thank you note on the board, but we don't know who gave it to us. But it is a September box, but we're doing it early because we want to stay ahead of the game when Taya has her surgery.
Right, because I have to lay flat, and also we want to have all our reviews ready to go. Oh, I still need to take a picture for this.
Yeah.
We'll have all our reviews ready to go for it. And I obviously got rid of the package, so okay.
I think I still have the package somewhere. I just don't have it with me.
I might have just left it on the table.
Yeah. But, so we're both having...
we're having Pu'er Torange.
Pu'er Torange.
And it's got, it's obviously got Pu'er. Mm-hmm. It's orange, cocoa nibs, natural chocolate flavor, blue cornflowers, natural orange flavor.
This tastes exactly like those chocolate oranges you get at Christmas time. I've had this before, so I don't have to worry about writing a review. I just have to put an addendum to it, but this is amazing. I love this. It's kind of Christmassy, but who cares?
I can see it's like a weaker form of the it's good, and I'm sure as it sits, it'll get a stronger flavor.
And also, we had a set amount in the packet. We usually put a little bit more in, maybe. I usually put about 11 ounces of water in this, but when we do it in our big mug, we put a fairly large size 2 teaspoons in the bigger mug for the water, and it's about 15 ounces of water, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So, but this is very good.
Yes, and like I said, I think a lot of times I find when they're freshly hot, I find the flavor is not quite as strong.
I do too.
So it's still freshly hot. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting the full flavor right now.
No, but you can definitely tell it's a Torange.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's just a weaker Torange. I mean, Woody's just like, his Rudolph is like that. It doesn't get really chocolatey until it starts cooling a little bit.
I think that's the way for most teas, to be quite honest with you.
And that is your TP with P, public PSI, TPSI.
Not PSA.
PSA. Public service information?
No, announcement.
But I was saying information, not announcement.
PSI sounds like it should be like a, I don't know, a crime unit or something.
or some kind of infection. Anyway, okay. Let's move along. Oh, there goes my show notes. It never used to go off that quick. All right. Let's go into our alongs. Do we have anything else to say?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't know why I'm so disjointed. All right. For our Arthritis, cardiac dysautonomia, Cal. The hashtag is PHNACD 2022. This is about halfway through because it's 3 months and it started July 1st, goes through September 30th. And as always, WIPs and FOs will both be eligible for prizes. Projects must be knitted, loom knitted, or crocheted. Only one WIP per project per week, and the FO whenever it's finished. The FO, like I said, whenever it's finished means that even if you posted a WIP that week, that same week, that's fine because the FO is not a WIP, so it's fine. Let's see here. You do not have to finish a project. You just have to work on the project. But we like to see the finished objects, and if you know, the only time you get chances and multiple chances of the prize is if you finish it.
Yeah.
So the projects must be in some shades of red, including pink, shades of blue, shades of purple, or shades of teal to be eligible for prizes. Okay, that's the colors for this along. Our featured patterns and featured yarns are pretty much our core ones, which is my things, Talia's things, and Laura Concert. So
Now, my Etsy shop is currently on vacation, so I don't have to deal with the stress of different things before surgery.
Right,
but my Love Crafts is open for my patterns. That's what I
Right,
wanted to say.
okay,
So that
okay.
people knew where to find my patterns.
Right.
If they're searching for them at this time.
Right.
Actually, Love Crafts even has a pattern right now that Etsy doesn't have because I haven't updated Etsy. The Palm Bunny is now available on Love Crafts.
Right.
So
all those bunny people. But anyway, the
sorry, just derailing,
I
but
don't-
I felt like that was important.
I don't know
to-
what I was trying to say now.
You're saying that all the different, everything that different people do.
Laura Concert is Lollipop Girl Yarns. Her patterns, I think, are Laura Concert design, but it's still in Lollipop Girl Yarns shop. Mine is Lady Vertigo Creations, and Talia's is Franciscan Gypsy. I may have more patterns coming up in the future, I don't know. But if you do anything that's by one of the three of us, and you finish it, it's eligible for 2 chances at a prize. If you use my yarn or Laura's yarn with a featured pattern, then it's 3 chances at a prize for the finished object only. You are responsible for your own multiple postings, and you guys have been great about that. Let's see here. And Rena's been very good about nudging people who forget to do it, so I'm glad because I forget. I'm not on there enough. Let's see. Okay, that takes care of that one. Let me have a drink here. Now, the Christmas in July is our 2022 year-long Cal Lao. And basically, the rules are basically the same regarding WIPs and FOs and all that kind of stuff. But this runs till the end of the year. So if we hit midnight going into January 1st of 2023, it's finished. And let's see here. The projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to...
What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw Christmas in July, and I forgot that we pulled a prize for that. So I was reading the information from Tea and Tails.
Okay.
Hold that thought. We did have a pull for the winner. We closed, or I closed Christmas in July on Saturday. And I pulled a prize, and that's Angie's Hip, okay? Now, Angie's Hip, it's Andrea, I think. I made a command decision. I'm not going to give her a physical prize. I went and researched a Canadian yarn shop, and I'm going to give you a gift certificate because I can't afford the shipping. I apologize. I hope that's okay.
But you get to pick your own yarn.
You get to pick your own yarn. I'm going to give you a $20 gift certificate, so I need to have your email address so I can send that to you. I hope that's okay. Shipping is really atrocious to Canada, and things going on, I can't do it. I'm sorry. So, Andrea, Angie's Hip, please get in touch with me. Send me your email address, and I'll send you your prize. Congratulations. And thank you, everybody who participated. It was so much fun to see the Christmas stuff in July and August, because it wasn't really Christmas in July. It was Christmas, July, and August, apparently. So, thank you for that. Now, the Tea and Tails, that is our year-long Cal Lao, all right? This is anything related to tea and or tails, okay? And this, basically the same as I said before, the same rules, except that it has to be related to tea and or tails. Anything by any yarn or pattern by me, Talia, or Laura is a featured yarn or pattern as long as it meets the parameters of the along. And we also added KF Jones, who is primarily knitted, and she does have yarns. If you have any stash, she doesn't do yarn too much anymore, but if you have them in stash, then that will be accepted as a featured as well. Mom Cook and Joanna Johnson, okay? That's a loom knit and another knit person. So these are all featured yarns and patterns. If you can find them for those people, they just have to be related to tea and or tails. The finished object, if it's made of featured yarn or featured pattern only, then it's 2 chances at a prize for the finished object only. And if you use a featured yarn and a featured pattern, it's 3 chances at a prize for the finished object only. All multiple postings are your responsibility. You can only do multiple postings for finished objects. Okay.
And I mean, if you look, Joanne Johnson's, I think all of her patterns are tail related because either they're related to books that she writes or they're related to classics like Little Women, Anna Green Gables, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
But Kay's, keep an eye out, 'cause sometimes it's a little bit subtle in there.
Yeah.
She has quite a few.
And Mom Cook, I think, is more tea related. She's had a few tea ones, but I think she's
I
also
think Kay
tails.
has one T one.
Yeah, I know she's got tails. So
I don't know as much about Mom Cook as Mom Cook does loom knitting, and I don't loom knit.
I remember she had a couple to a few, and I like to keep her in there. I know we have loom knitters, and I just like to promote her stuff because she's a sweetheart. All right, let me see here. Okay, I did all that. Okay, that's that. We're in the 3rd quarter for this. I will be pulling prizes for this probably the first week of October because, let's see, July, August, September. Yeah, the first week of October. Wow. I'll probably pull prizes for the 3rd quarter. It doesn't affect you guys posting. We don't have to close the thread or anything because it goes another 3 months after that. Right. So, okay. Tortoise versus hare is still going on. And the rules for this are Laura's rules. They're basically the same as our rules with her own spin on them.
Well, Tortoise versus hare, we're taking her rules.
We're taking her, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
she usually based her rules on ours and then tweaked them.
Yeah.
So it's her rules, but it's basically what ours normally are, except that in this along, because it's hers, we're accepting almost everything. Because she's accepting almost anything. So knitting, loom knitting, crocheting, cross stitching, paper crafts, glitter crafts, key fobs, all that kind of stuff, sewing, anything, as long as it's tortoise or hare, tortoise and or hare related. So you can go wild on this. This is exciting. You got a completely open field for that. So, and you've got another little less than a month and a half for this. So make the best use of it as you can. I look forward to seeing what you all are doing, and like I said, it's tea and or tails related. And the hashtag for that, I think, is just. Let me see. I don't think I have one. Hashtag tortoise versus hare 2022. Okay. And the featured yarns and featured patterns, mine, Talia's, and Laura's for this one. All right. Okay, that takes care of that.
Okay, so then that leads into projects. Let me just in the middle of a row. And I think this is the first one I have to show. Let's see. I don't like showing in the middle of a row.
It gets all bunched up.
And it doesn't show to its best advantage.
Yep. And sometimes you can't help it, like when you're working in the round or something, but...
Well, that's okay. That still shows it to its best advantage, because that's the best you can show it.
Well, that's the way it's meant to be worn.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my first one. Would you mind going first? Wait, hang on. No, I didn't highlight this one. This is the one. Hang on. I forgot to highlight the one before it. Let's see if I can find it again. I thought I had highlighted this one, but where is it? There it is. I still know it's the proper number of projects. It's just that I was really tired when I was doing this. Actually, if you were to see my notes when I was counting up projects, my handwriting's slurring all over the place.
It's been a rough week.
Well, also, my fatigue's been really bad.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. And I had a migraine this morning, so migraine recovery.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Because people who are in the top part of the episode don't want to hear about it, maybe.
Okay. Well, I don't feel like it's too bad to just mention why maybe. You know, it's related. Okay. Actually, when I was writing down the project I was working on today, you could tell that I was tired when I was doing it. I'm going to flip it around. But this is me trying to write Laura's Hooded Cow.
Oh, how funny.
I was trying to write Laura's Hooded Cow on that last thing. It didn't work so well. I kept falling asleep while I was writing. Actually, for this part too, where it says Monday pre-podcast. Hey, I think it's impressive I can write it all while I'm falling asleep. But let me... Oh, this was the one I had to pull up. So, I finally have gotten to the point... Okay, so this is Puget Sound. This is Jen Hagen's Fundamental Men's Pullover pattern.
Did we put the light on?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Um,
Let me turn off the facts. Turn on the facts. You keep talking.
So this is the back of the sweater. It's been done for a while. I'm hoping it'll still work for me. He's been losing weight.
Yeah, well, he's trying to pick it up again, so...
Because I based this off of a sweater that he liked. But,
Well,
like-
that's going to go over shirts and stuff, though, Taya, so...
yeah, it'd just be very disappointing if it's like huge on him and he never wears it.
Yeah.
Because I did base it on something. It just took forever to knit it, so it... Okay, so I'm doing neck shaping now. For the front. So once that's done, I'll be able to start the sleeves.
Excellent.
Now that being said, I don't know how much it's going to get worked on.
Did you say what yarn that was? I know you said the color.
This is Cascade 220
Yeah.
in the Puget Sound colorway.
Yeah, I know you said the color. I wasn't sure if you said
Well, I
what it
called
was.
the project Puget Sound, which is why I said the color. I don't normally name the yarn and the color. But yeah, and this is in my Silver Shed USA Bat Signal bag. It actually
okay.
was hard to find a worsted version of the Puget Sound. I think I was trying... I had to find more for some reason. I thought I had to find more.
Right.
I didn't have to. As it turns out, I have way too much. Which is fine. I can use that for other things.
Pretty color.
It is. And I like the way Cascade 220 feels. It's soft. You've even said that you don't like a non-superwash.
I like working with non-superwash.
But that one's soft.
It irritates. It irritates my skin not because it's necessarily abrasive, but because when it's rubbing against my hand, my skin gets dry anyway. So it chafes.
Although I think because when you touched Cascade 220, I think you noticed that it was very different than the other ones.
The only one that I noticed that was really different was that one we got from the Fiber Festival that one time over there.
Oh, the one where the lady talked you into
She
it?
talked me into it, yeah. And I have to figure out what that's going to be because it's really, really pretty. It's blues and greens and all that kind of stuff. It's really pretty. But, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. In my Knitting's My Bad, Angel's Bad, is my Film Noir shawl. I worked on this one. I didn't work on Laura's because I only got the ball, finally got the ball caked up on Sunday, I think. I was going to do some, I wanted to reskein some of my yarns for the shop. And I decided, okay, let me do Laura's first. It's a good thing I did because it was giving me all kinds of trouble. My husband had to look at the taller of the two Swifts and get some yarn out of the bottom. So I didn't get too much reskeined, but I did get hers reskeined. So I can start working on her shawl again.
That one does, unless you catch it, that one has issues with it. You have to really catch it ahead of time.
Yeah, you do. And my husband's already reinforced it so it won't be so wobbly. But anyway,
I think he probably could make one because that was one that was made by, that was handmade by somebody.
No, that wasn't handmade. I got
The wood one?
That one right
Well-
there. That's from Amazon.
Yeah, I know it's from, no, it's not from Amazon. I got it from Etsy.
I got mine from Amazon.
Okay, I think I got mine original from Etsy.
And
And it was the
I
same
think
one.
you could bake that.
Yeah.
But in any event, here's mine. Let me see if I can find something so I don't lose my stitch. I haven't made a whole lot of progress on this because I really didn't work on this much.
Did we break my old one?
Oh yeah, we broke. That's the second one.
Yeah, I know it's the
bought
second
that
one.
I bought that one.
Yeah, I bought the other one,
Yeah.
the first one.
Yep. So here is.
I mean, it lasted like 9 years. So.
Yeah, and I used it pretty heavily for a while.
Yeah.
So here's it's getting big. I'm almost ready to change colors. I keep saying that, but I just want to keep working with this color. So, and this is
It's scrap, so you can do what you want.
Did I lose? I thought I put my. Oh, there it is. Okay, guys, look at this. I did this to save my stitch.
That saved your stitch.
I don't think that's going to save my stitch. Can you see it? Don't think that's going to save my stitch. Let's try this again. And this is Miss Babs yarn that I'm using right now, and I've got Dragonfly and Miss Babs that I want to use. That's what this is predominantly going to be, Dragonfly and Miss Babs.
And this one's Miss Babs.
This is Miss Babs. I have two. I think I have two of these that are not with silk in it, and the one I had to get to give me another skein in case I needed it does have silk in it. It's a different base because that's the only way I could get it.
Yeah.
So
and you need more of that color.
And I thought I might need more of this color because it's going to be kind of pulling the thing together.
And the other ones she has are like District 12.
I have District 12 from Hunger Games. It's Dragonfly Fibers. And I have, I forget what else I have.
I feel like they're both Hunger Games references, I thought.
Well, one of them is, this one is.
That one's not District 12. That's
no, this is something else. I don't think that, this is not Miss Babs. It doesn't feel like Miss Babs.
It doesn't look like Miss Babs.
It almost feels, it almost looks like Marigold Jen's Silver Screen.
It might be.
I don't know if that
It might be, Mom.
I don't know if I had any of that left. I tend to gravitate toward grays and things like that, but I don't have anything. I mean, I guess I do have something in the darker gray, but not in the more silvery kind of grays. So, but anyway, this is gonna be fun. If I sit down, I could have this done. You know, if I just sat down, I could have this done well before Christmas. Mm-hmm. But I won't probably, unless I decide to work on it during Talia's surgery. But her recuperation time. But Laura's has priority for that because I would like to get that done by October for her. But that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, because I'm going to be in the middle of the road for this again. Because this is the next one. I should have picked up the pace.
You planned poorly.
So in my Knit for Brains bag that Laura gave me, it has, well, it looks very similar to Mom's, except that it is a zipper bag. It has teapots on it, and I was hoping she would hold hers up so I didn't have to pick mine up.
You have to open your mouth. I do not read your mind. That's one of my characters, not me.
So mine's a zipper version.
And it's an owl teapot bag.
It's a teapot bag.
It's an owl teapot bag.
Just because there's like 2 owls on there.
It's an owl teapot bag. I have spoken. Thus ended the lesson.
So, my teapot bag has in it the Laura's hood. The pattern is Thorin's Hooded Cow. It's a free pattern. Hopefully that was. She probably dropped the top of the.
She's working. Davina's doing her bathroom. It's her Monday chore, so she's doing her bathroom.
This was yarn that you got at Maryland Sheep and Wool?
No.
Shenandoah?
That's
Are you sure?
Yes, that's another one that I got talked into. I know exactly where I was.
Oh, I thought it was at Maryland.
No. It was right by, as you go into, you know where Wild Hair usually is, that building as you go out. It's right in that little walk area. The first time I took my dyeing class over there, I got dye powder over there.
Okay, I thought it was in Maryland when I thought I had my stick at that point.
No, you might have had a stick, but I
didn't have a stick. I never had a stick at Shenandoah.
That's not where I got that. No, I got that in Shenandoah.
Okay, my memory for that.
The one I got in Maryland was that one.
Which is that one?
The blue and green one. The one that's superwash, that's soft.
Okay.
Not superwash.
Well, I knew that.
I got that at Maryland, but not.
Yeah, I knew that one was. For some reason I thought this one was too, but
nope.
Apparently my memories differ on that.
I can remember exactly where we were and what we were doing. And I can remember exactly where the booth was.
I just know the last couple times I went, I wasn't with it at Shenandoah, and I could have sworn I was the one who talked you into it.
You and another lady. There was another lady there, and she kept talking me into it.
That's why I kind of thought it was Maryland, because the past 2 times I've gone to Shenandoah, I haven't been with it.
No, it wasn't Maryland.
Uh-huh.
It was the last time we went to a festival, and that was Shenandoah.
Oh, I definitely wasn't with it by the time we got to that booth then, because I was miserable.
See, the last time we went to Shenandoah or the time before the last, but we haven't been to Maryland in a long, long time.
Okay, so I like the way this is pooling.
Yes, it's so pretty.
And,
I make a nice sweater.
well, whatever is left over is going into something else I'm knitting. So, but yeah, it's kind of a bluey purple.
Not when you look at here, it's more of a, it's kind of, closest thing is
Lavender?
lavender, maybe a little touch of periwinkle in the lighter section,
But yeah, I think it's a periwinkle type thing.
well, it's more purple when you look at it as opposed to on the screen.
I'm not looking on the screen. I have red tint
glasses,
glasses.
yeah.
I mean, looking over it still has a bluish tint to me.
Well, it's got some blue in it. Purple's got blue and red.
Yeah, I mean, especially the lighter areas.
Well, the lighter areas gives me an idea of maybe a periwinkle.
Yeah. So,
And maybe grape and periwinkle. The like grape Kool-Aid.
grape Kool-Aid to me would be darker, deeper,
Maybe, not necessarily.
almost royal.
No,
The Kool-Aid, not this.
no, I know. No, I don't. No.
But anyhow, yes, I had to measure again to see when I start shaping for the hood. Because I'm pretty close, because this grows pretty quickly. It's on US 10s.
Yeah.
And I'm using an actual worsted weight this time instead of a light worsted / DK.
Yeah, I'm using the DK.
That's what I've always used in the past. And as much as I love the weight of this, I think I would get too hot.
Right. I think Laura will like that.
Oh, it's an amazing weight. This matures nicely.
That's nice.
Laura, I think you're gonna really like the weight of this. If it wasn't for the fact
Especially
that
since she lives in a place where it's cold winter. Ooh, this
Yeah.
is good.
because I don't always wear mine because I'm cold, I wear them as well. I do wear them because I'm cold, but I also wear them because of light sensitivity. So if I'm having a hot flash, I don't want it to be necessarily as heavy. So this weight wouldn't necessarily be the best for me, even though I do love it, how it feels. Although right now my issues with thermoregulation has been tending towards the cold end of things. And that's just a normal issue with pots.
Oh, Crystal was mentioning that she was having trouble with cold and then being hot and then being cold.
Yeah, and that's when your autonomic nervous system is off, and we are in a awareness right now.
Yeah.
So when your autonomic nervous system is off, that's part of what controls things like temperature, your body's ability to control temperature, your body's ability to control things you just don't really think about, heart rate, respiratory rate, digestion, those kind of things. So when the autonomic nervous system goes like wacko, you can have temperature fluctuations all over the place. And I usually know that I'm about to feel bad when I either get really hot or I'm absolutely freezing.
Right.
And then nothing helps except maybe a nap.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a thermoregulation issue.
Okay.
So that is your awareness for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Your turn.
All right, let me see. My next project is in my Knit for Brains
The only bug I like.
ladybugs.
I don't actually like them in person.
I do.
I don't like any bugs in person.
I like ladybugs.
This is a cute tape measure. I don't like the ladybugs in person though.
I love ladybugs. They're adorable. But they
There's
wreak
no adorable bug.
they wreak havoc on your plants. So this is my Knit for Brains teapot bag. You already saw this, the drawstring one, and this is from Laura Concert. Thank you, Laura. And it's also this is my Arwen's hooded cowl, which is from the Thorin's hooded cowl pattern, and I made a little progress on this. I do about maybe a row and a half, maybe two while we're doing the podcast, and that's basically when I work on this right now, because I don't have to think about it, so I can just go round and round and round. But I'm getting ready to do. I think I have one more round before I go to the purl, and then I start the decreasing. So the decreasing not of the stitches, but of the
Well, it's
number
not
of
a
rows.
true decrease. Oh, number of rows. Okay. Because when you start the hood, you just bind off a part of the stitches. You end up
okay.
with so many. As you can see,
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
and then later on you shape the hood itself.
Right.
And that's not giving anything away because it's a free
Free
pattern.
Free pattern. So yes, this is going along nicely. The color it's Miss Babs in the blue slate colorway, and I do love this color. This is a lot lighter than Talia's because it is a DK. It's a true DK. It kind of reminds me of fur muff, even though it's not furry, but on the screen it kind of looks like it could be a muff. But I'm using the same size needles Talia is for a DK, so it's light.
Yes.
Not
And
late.
that's what I've used in the past. I've only used Miss Babs in the past.
I might have to dye up if I really like the way this works out. I may have to dye up maybe a cask of Amontillado or something.
I actually fib. I made one other one that wasn't Miss Babs, and that was the one Davina has out of your yarn.
Oh, right out of was it?
It was the one that you made for the mitts, the pinky one.
Oh, the one that Ren has been using.
Marin's been
Enchanted
using it?
Rose.
I don't think it was called that. It was meant for the mitts.
Oh, I know that's not pink. That's kind of a salmon. That's you're talking about Courtly Love.
Right, because it wasn't really a red. It had more of a pinky feel to it, which is why I used it for Davina. I did knit a pair of socks out of it, which was a bad idea because it didn't have nylon. It popped a hole.
Oh, did it?
And I mended it a couple times and decided that I was done.
It's weeping tears. It's weeping Courtly Love tears.
I still have some left, I think. I have a lot.
Make mitts or something out of it. Then you won't have to worry about it.
I did make mitts. I made Davina mitts. I made her mitts and the hood out of that.
It's a nice set. Maybe a cowl, you know?
Well, it's already a cowl. It's a hooded cowl.
Right.
Besides, she wouldn't wear a normal cowl.
No, and you wouldn't wear that color, so.
Well, I also had to. I don't wear a whole ton of. Sometimes I'll wear a cowl, but with my issues of feeling like I can't breathe sometimes,
get
if I have
that.
stuff around my neck, it's not always the best idea for
The
me.
cowl has to be low down for me. So the kind of cowl has to be like. That's why I like the longer ones because I can put it as close as I want to. You know, I can wrap it around twice, or I can just. Like
Now,
a
I do
scarf.
prefer cowls to scarves.
Oh, I do too.
Partially because I'm that person who will, and I've done this many times, I'll put my purse on and I'll be yanking it up.
Right.
Now, I don't have a purse the same way I used to, but still, I don't like the ability for it to be yanked.
That's your turn.
Okay, so in my Silver Shed USA books bag with the gold interior, these are the Kingfisher socks. The pattern is Vanilla Latte socks. And I have to look down at it because I don't, this is a newer designer to me, so I have to think about it. Virginia Rose jeans. I do enjoy this pattern. Honestly, you would think it was a K pattern. It's just that it feels like a K pattern.
That's high praise, just so you know.
Yeah.
Just in case that person happens to tune in.
So, it's a very potato chippy pattern. I think, did I go with her heel? I think I did go with her toe. I think I did go with her toe. Because a lot of times I'll change toes if I don't like them, but I think I did go with her toe.
It's very pretty.
And yeah, this is in the Kingfisher colorway from West Yorkshire Spinners. And we have not blue spruce. Juniper, thank you, for the heels and toes. And here's the second sock. So making progress. Still have a little ways to go before I can start thinking of the heel. And I didn't even try to match the stripes. I could have. I just didn't.
Well, they're close enough. Nobody's going to notice.
No. It's a very fun yarn to work with. Although West Yorkshire Spinners generally is fun to work with, this is the first one, this kind of color I've worked with for West Yorkshire Spinners. Everything else has been kind of in the browns and grays.
And except for the one I got you for Christmas.
Well, yeah, but that one I started after this one.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah. And that one's also darker. This one's,
Well, I'm just talking about the spark. Well, yeah, okay.
I mean, that one's sparkle, but it is a darker yarn. It's a,
Well, that's the reason I said different is because it's noticeably not birds.
Yes, it is very noticeably
Yeah.
not birds.
Be a very unusual bird.
It would be a very unusual bird. So yeah, that is it about this. I tried to loop this so that way it doesn't come loose.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right, let me put this project away here. Let's see. So I don't lose my stuff. Okay, the next one. Oh, this.
That's from your shawl.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Got out of there.
you probably took it out to show a different yarn.
Okay. Put this. Get myself all together here. There. This is such a nice bag. How did it get caught?
You probably. There you go.
Apparently I'm directionally challenged. Alright, there we go. That takes care of that. Let's find the... There's... Okay. Alright, my next one is in my B-Wing Country bag, and this is my Country Roads blanket from the Jelly Roll pattern by K.F. Jones. I didn't work very much on this. I think I only worked on it on the podcast. So, not much to see. I still haven't woven in the ends. It's still difficult to deal with because of that. But I'll show it to you anyway, in case you have not been here for a little while. And this is just all different kinds of yarn. I've got my yarn in here. I've got, you know, Miss Babs. I got Malabrigo. I think I have Miss Babs in here. Malabrigo. And, you know, just all kinds of different yarns. Sometimes I don't remember what they are. So, and it is growing. I've been taking my time on it.
Well, also you like a longer.
Well, I want a lifelong Afghan kind of thing. I do have to do something with these ends because it drives me nuts. I had to look at a YouTube video to make sure I'm doing the weaving at the ends properly. But so it's getting there. I still have a
Yeah,
bit.
right now if you pulled it up at all, it would uncover your feet.
Yeah.
Which isn't the most comfortable thing.
Yeah,
to do,
I like to have my Afghan cover my feet. Because
I mean, if you choose not to, you can always yank it off. But it's better to have the ability to cover your feet and choose not to than want to possibly cover your
Exactly.
feet and not be able to.
And this is just a very simple knit. This is a very simple K.F. Jones pattern that always looks nice because she does things like that. And it's just a garter stitch. And it works very nicely to just go and go and go. You don't have to worry about how many numbers of stitches you have or anything like that. You just go because you're not doing increases or decreases. So unless you split a stitch or something, you're not going to change your stitch count. And you can make, the beauty of this is if you like want to make a crazy quilt or something, like I think I have maybe 20 stitches for this or something, or 30. I could do, if I wanted to, I could do one that was thin, like 10, or I could do one that was wider, like 40. And it doesn't matter because it's just, it's scrap. It's scrappy, and so you can do what you want. I've never seen anybody do it that way, but it would be kind of interesting to see how that works out, you know? But that's all basically all I have to say about this. It's just a very simple, and I'll as soon as I get out of this row, I'll show you again, because I think I just kind of flashed it at you when I was
Yeah, I think you did.
showing the mess of the yarn spaghetti that I have because it has to be woven in and it's getting tangled. And I think I'm just going to start doing as I go because it's...
Well, that's the easiest way to do it. I mean, when you make a miter square, it's the best way to handle miter square.
Yeah. Well, I think any kind of thing where you add yarns, even Laura's shawl, I've not ever woven it in before, but I think I'm going to, before I finished it, but I think I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, I don't like to do it for sweaters because
Well, you have to block it, a sweater. But
well, I usually weave in the ends before I block, if I block at all. But
that's what I'm saying. You want to weave it in before.
Well, some people weave it in after blocking, but I...
oh, wait a minute. That's what I meant. Yeah. I can't show you. Let me just show this. You can go ahead and talk.
I don't have a whole lot more to say about that.
So you can see the colors. There. And I think Davina actually picked out another color. I just haven't done it yet.
Do you remember which one it was?
She's gonna have to pick out another one probably. I think it was this one. I think it was
You know,
this
you're
one.
going to find that those are going to get really tangled. What I find best is to put the ones that either put them in a smaller bag where they're really packed together and then put that bag in there, or put them in a Ziploc. Because otherwise you're going to have a tangle just like you had there. Nasty.
Yeah, well, this is for the lid,
tail.
the tails. But yeah, I might do that. There we go. I'll deal with this later. Anyway, so yeah, this is this. And not much to see. I just worked on it during the podcast.
So next is,
Oh, come on.
let's see. Did I mark? What episode is this?
518.
Okay, so I'm looking at the show notes for the wrong one. That's why. Okay. I mean, the ones I talked about I still showed. I worked on a lot of the same ones. There we go. That explains why the Puget Sound wasn't highlighted. Okay, so next is in my Silver Shed USA bunny bag. With the red bunny that's beautiful gold eyes, but I mean he ended up looking a little creepy, unfortunately.
Somebody bought him. Did you give him some?
I think I gave him away.
I didn't want him.
I don't think anyone was gonna buy him.
He was adorable. You couldn't help it that you made him mad.
So in this bag, this was from 2017 Tours versus Hair. This is in Mom's Loki. And these are the Not Just Boring Dude Socks by Corin Walcher. Basically, it's the same as Not Just Boring Boot Socks, just a lighter weight. So, this yellow came from a kit that I had for a hat, actually. And then the rest of the yarn is Mom's Loki. So, works very well together.
Yep. Very nice.
I'm so sorry. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Let's see here. I know I have to do this sometime, but I don't feel like dealing with it. The ends and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. You done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Didn't show my bag very well. I love this bag that you gave me. Isn't it cute? There we go. I don't know if Brittany has cows or not. I don't know if she has. They have fields of things, but I don't know if they have cows and other animals like that. I know they have cats.
Cats, cows, basically the same thing.
Beg to differ. Let's see here.
Cats would too, but they don't beg for anything.
Well, that's good. It gets good as it gets colder. It's always good, but... Alright, in my PHN Silver Shed USA 10-year anniversary bag. I think I said USA PHN 10 years. Not Silver Shed's 10 years. Ours.
I don't remember what you said. So.
It was the wrong way around. So this is my baby blanket. This is ice yarn. And we mentioned already that I really liked this on our last podcast. I'd really like the ice yarn for baby blankets and stuff. It's a very nice acrylic. And that Crystal got me started on it. And this one was from Cara. This yarn here. This is my Spring Flowers baby blanket from the Cerbel scarf pattern. I worked on this one when I was in the doctor's office waiting for Talia for whatever it was she had to do.
Probably with my pre-op.
Yeah. So I worked on this quite a bit over there, and it is growing. It is growing. I think I'm going to need less yarn for this than I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
You're barely anywhere along. You're not even halfway there.
Yeah, I am. It's a small baby blanket. You want it to be square. Yeah.
That's not even square.
It'll be. I've got 4 of these. I think 2 will be fine for this.
Sorry.
Because I have this much left still for one. So I think 2 of this will be fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it.
I didn't say I was almost finished.
Oh, that's what. I thought you said you were halfway there, and I was like, I'm not sure that you were halfway there.
Well, I said left. I don't know why I took that out.
Let me finish my next 2 stitches now.
This is a very nice, and I've I've sent out multiple copies of this pattern to people who can't find it because it's a wonderful pattern. It's very versatile.
And it's simply not available.
And yeah, you can't find it anywhere. And it's free. It was free.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it, so it is going around. It's making the rounds. I sent one out, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. I finally got it off to the person who asked for it. So I think I'm all caught up with people who want this pattern for the time being.
Sorry. Okay, my last one is in my bag that Cappy913, Kathy, had given me. Cappy913 was her old Ravelry name. I'm sure she's still on there.
On Ravelry, I don't know. I know she's in podcast anymore, but
Yeah.
maybe she started up again.
This is pink cowboy boots. This is a pink cowboy boots bag. Cowgirl bag.
It's a cute pad.
And I won it as a prize. So these are the highlighter bubblegum shorties, and it's the bubblegum shorties pattern by Sarah R. And yeah, so
that's cute.
first sock is done, and there's the patterning for the front. And yeah, it sits right underneath that ankle bone. It's literally just supposed to cover your feet.
Look, almost like golf socks.
So yeah, one more. I started the ribbing for the second one. And yeah, this is Dinosaurs Rar. Laura had given me this yarn. This was Dragon Horde yarn. And it's the only Dragon Horde yarn I've ever had. I enjoy how it's working out with this pattern because it's got a little bit of pops of colors, but it's not so much it interferes with this lace pattern on the front. And this lace pattern is enough to really make you cold. It's barely, it's enough for
It
pretty.
seems like it's very dense.
Yeah. And this is on US zeros, on zeros, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 0. 2 millimeter. Well, that would explain why I've got a little bit of a sore spot where the needles poked me. Because it's tinier than my other needles that I usually use. I usually use a 1 or a 2 for socks. But this pattern requested a particularly tight gauge. So. And it does fit. I've already tried on the first one.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Alright, let me finish this stitch and I will go on to my last project. Okay, there we go. Whoops, don't go anywhere. I really like the way this feels. There's a lady down the street who is going to have a baby anytime. She was saying she's trying to make herself go into labor. I said, well, when do you do? She said, next week. I said, don't rush it. Baby will come when the baby will come. She had her first baby, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm really excited. It's nice to see people excited about having the babies. Okay. My last one is a new one.
She's probably also excited about not carrying around.
Yeah, could be some of that.
In the summer? Yeah, I'm sure she's...
I carried both of you guys in Texas in the summer.
Although, the worst of it for me was during the winter.
I was in Texas. You have no idea what it's like to carry a baby in Texas. Ever.
Can you imagine, though, if we were, like, fall babies?
Oh, I know.
In Texas, at least you had Davina in spring.
Yeah, I had to be in the spring.
And then I'm with
But in
winter.
Texas in the spring, it's not like anybody else in the spring. It's hot.
Is it hotter in the summer, though?
Oh, it's hotter in the summer, but it's hotter there than it is here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's,
I'm sure.
you're hitting 80, 90, 90.
I mean, everything's relative. But, I'm sure carrying a spring and a winter baby, respectively, in Texas is better than carrying a fall baby where you're almost your entire pregnancy is in the summer.
you get you get, like you said,
It's all relative.
It ceases to matter when it's hot, regardless. It's hotter, yeah, but it's still hot. Anyway, here's my preemie baby hat. I haven't really given it a name, so I've started a loom hat. So I actually had to look up how to bind off because I haven't done a loom hat in a long time. But I did all of this when I was sitting in the doctor's office.
I'm glad you got your loom out again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, I wanted something that I could potentially finish relatively quickly.
Right.
So, and this is that Heritage, I think. This is Lion Brand Heartland.
Yeah.
And I like this yarn. It's a really pretty. It has nice kind of heathered colors. There's a depth of color to it, so it doesn't feel like you're just knitting with an acrylic that's just blah. And it's soft. So, and it's about time to start making baby blankets, baby hats for the pregnancy center, because babies that are going to be born need to keep their head covered.
I think I used a black that was Heartland for my bunny that still has no clothes. The other bunny that's half made is still sitting on my desk. But my bunny with no clothes guards my my yarn.
Yeah, it's afraid that if he doesn't guard the yarn and it goes away, he'll never get dressed.
Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been in there.
Because she's going to have the nurse's dress.
So you're right.
Excuse me. Well, I've already started her dress. I'm at a point where I have to worry about, I think I have like decreases or something, and because it's all flat,
Right.
I had to be in the right brain space to do it. Not that it's hard, it's just that it's more rewarding to finish an actual toy than clothes for your toy when it's that big of a toy.
Yeah. Well, I'm done with my stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mention the bag. This is my Kickapoo Owls bag. One of my first Owls bag. Ty got it for me for Christmas one year.
And she was supposed to get it at Christmas, but she spilled tea on one of her other favorite bags. I think it was on
My French lady's bag.
Yes. I thought it was your art one.
No, it was my French lady's bag.
Okay, well, she spilled tea on it. She was really upset. So I pulled out her surprise Christmas bag.
Yeah, I loved it.
Honestly, I was having trouble keeping it to myself anyway.
I
It was
know.
an excuse. Because you had no idea I grabbed that. At that point, you really didn't have a lot of owl bags.
No, I didn't. I think I had.
I think that might have been your first
It
one.
might have been my first one. Yeah. It depends on whether or not that bag over there with my stuffing in it is an owl bag.
Yeah, I think it's owls on it, but it's forest animals.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like
Not
an
like an
owl
owl bag,
bag. And I think I think she tended to clear out quickly too. So
She did.
I was really proud that I got one of her bags, and that I got one with owls.
Yes, I was excited. I was excited when I got it. I think we have 2 or 3 of her bags.
Yes, I have the ugly teacups
I
bag.
got the brown teapots
They're teacups, I think.
and teacups.
And
and then this one.
then we had the autism one.
Right. She
And I
gifted us
really
that one.
like the shape of the ugly teacups and the autism because it's perfect for socks.
Right.
Actually, here's the autism one. Yeah. Whoops. See, this is a design in progress. Consider this your shop news. Yeah, this is her autism awareness bag that she made, and like I said, it's a really great bag for socks, and it's really well made. So,
Yeah, she does a good job. I think she's doing only like local yarn shops now. I don't know, or craft stores or something. I haven't really kept up with her as much as I should.
I think I looked up, maybe I saw her Instagram or something, or I can't remember. I was looking up people again to try to find people for my Instagram account again, and I think she came up, or I feel like I saw her stuff fairly recently, and I couldn't figure out whether or not she was doing bags still.
Last time I saw her was a while back, about, I don't know, maybe even a year ago. I saw her come up on my Instagram, and she was doing stuff with a craft store or craft show or something.
Well, she makes quality bags.
She does.
Because these hold up.
Yeah, they do.
And like I said, they're perfect size for socks, these, and then this is a bit bigger than her normal bag.
I like this one. Makes me happy. And I don't care if it's not Christmas time.
Well, no, I use, I don't have it here right now because I didn't work on it this time, but I use Brittany's ornament one all year round. I feel like I have another Christmas.
I have one of Davina's that's a Christmas owl bag. I just
I think I have a
anything in
Christmas
it.
bunny one.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I thought I had another Christmas one, but I guess I don't. I just thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
I like Christmas bags.
I do too. They're cute.
They just make me really happy.
Do you have any of those?
I don't.
Okay. Graphic novel?
Nope. I mean, I worked on my journal, but nothing to really show.
Okay. I don't want. I worked on both my journals, but I'm not going to show you this one here because I'm not going to show you every time I do something in here. I did want to show you what I've done in my Eeyore one. It's nothing special, but I just want to let Stacy know that I've started it. I have a whole bunch of stuff in here that I want to use. It's basically stuff that Stacy sent with it. But what I did was here, my color printer wasn't working, so I had to use color pencils for this. So I was going to just leave it blank and have remember up here. I thought, that's stupid. I'll put the remember here. And then it says, remember, the most beautiful way to start and end the day is with a grateful heart. And I did show you this last week, but it wasn't in here yet. Then I skipped a bunch of pages because what I wanted to do kind of worked well with something back here. Let me find it. She had put this heart in. And what I have written here came with this Snoopy. I had typed it up, but I didn't want to just have just keep pasting things. So she had already had this heart and this little page sticking out. So I wrote what it said and I cut out the Snoopy part of what I printed and put that there. What it says is the most wonderful places to be in the world are in someone's thoughts, someone's prayers, and in someone's heart. So I'm going to have to make sure that I kind of put arrows to know where this goes, because otherwise people are going to read it wrong. But I'm going to read it wrong. But anyway, I'm enjoying this, and I'm thinking of new ways to use it. I hope to incorporate this stuff soon in some way. I just have to figure out how. So yeah, I want once again thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, the journals are really nice.
Really like the journals. Okay. Let me just tie this up.
Any sharpness?
I
don't think you had much dyeing time, right?
I didn't dye any yarn. I still have some mystery skeins in the shop. I think I'm going to leave it till just prior to Talia's surgery date, and then I'm going to close it down. And then when I dye up yarn again, it'll be regular yarns. But we had a fairly good amount of sales for that, and I appreciate that.
Yes,
if you want to get mystery skeins, I put one of the new skeins in the shop. I hope to reskein the other 3 and put those in the shop and maybe get a few more up as mystery skeins. Can't guarantee it, but I'll try. So if you're interested in doing that to help support Taya, that's wonderful. If not, no pressure, but you can tell people that you know who are Yarny friends maybe that we're doing this still, and if they want to get into that, that would be great. No pressure, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's basically it for the shop. I'm hoping that I'll pick up the pace once Taya's home from surgery, because I'm going to have to stay home.
Right.
So I'm hoping that I can get some yarn dyeing done, some writing done, some knitting and crocheting done, and maybe clean my house because it's a disaster area. I see why my priorities are. So that's about all I have to say about that.
Okay, so that leads on to stash enhancements.
Yes, stash enhancements. We had some wonderful stash enhancements. Let me do the one that's not common, and then we can do the ones that are common.
Yeah, because all I have.
A while ago, I'm doing Bible in the Year with Ascension Presents, I believe it is. And you do the Bible in the Year, they developed these 3 books so that you can, if you're doing it on your own, if you want to just do it at your own pace and all that kind of stuff. They did these 3 books. I got volume 1 and 2, and I thought, did I order volume 3? It hasn't come here. Volume 3 came in last week. It's been on back order or whatever forever. So this is volume 3 of the Bible in the Year Companion. And it's Father Mike Schmidt and Jeff Cavins. And basically it goes through each day, and they have. What I understand is I haven't read it yet because I'm actually still doing it. What Father Mike says during the podcast and how to meditate on something and diving deeper in all this. And this is the last third of the Bible in a Year. So I'm going to put it with my other two over there. And when I'm finished with Bible in a Year, I can do this at my own pace. And I can take notes because I can't take notes when I'm walking on the machine.
No.
So that takes care of that one there.
Now, one on Session Hanks I actually forgot to bring with me. It's the same one you have.
Okay.
I'll show a picture of mine.
That's what I asked. Well, if it's the same one, I'll just show it to you.
Okay, I mean, ours don't look exact. No, the other one. The book.
Oh, these. Let's do this one first.
Okay.
You remember I said earlier when we were discussing tea that somebody gifted us a community box.
Yeah.
And what that is 30 portion size teas, loose leaf teas, so for the month of September.
Yeah.
Okay, and usually you buy those and you can either subscribe for them or you can buy them month by month. And usually I will get like December for Christmas. Instead of getting their Advent, I'll get the Christmas one because I want different teas, not just repeating teas. And I did one during the summer. I won't do that again. But I love fall teas, and somebody gifted us September.
Yes.
They gifted us September, so we've already, as I said, we already started because we wanted to stay on top of it because of Ty's potential surgery.
Well, the surgery is going to happen.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for September.
Yeah.
Okay, we're hoping that it does, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So we're praying for that. But they gave us this thing to scan so that we can take part in it, in the actual community, to post pictures and things like that. I mean, we can already do the chat regardless, but if we want to post the pictures and do the reviews and all that and get more accolades, then we have to do the scan thing. Ty has to show me how to do that.
And I just activated it myself.
Okay,
so.
then you can show me how to do that afterward,
Yeah.
okay? And it's a box of tea. So you can see, it's a box of tea. And we each got one. We were so grateful and so surprised. It came in, and I said, my husband said, I didn't order anything for Adagio.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't. And Ty did not. And it inside said somebody gifted it to us.
Yes.
We don't know who, but somebody did, which I thought was very nice.
Well, it doesn't say. It just, that's...
Yes, that someone gifted it to you.
I mean, it's obvious that's what happened.
But it says so. It says that's why you had.
Oh, I see. You can give them a gift. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what the tea we had today came from.
Mhm.
And that's, yeah, there we go.
Now we got a very. We didn't expect this at all. This was out of the blue, and she spoils us rotten, and I'm so appreciative. And Brittany, I didn't take pictures or anything because I just wanted to wait till the podcast. But she sent us some of her lovely cards, and she's been playing with the with her, what's it called, a Cricut.
I think so.
So she sent us 2 packages. Ty and I are going to go through these cards and see which ones we like best and split them up. And then the cards she gave me is going to go in my scrapbook. It's going to go in my poo Eeyore bag scrapbook, because look at this.
I can't get mine in there without cutting up, so I have to wait until I have a bigger one.
Look at that. That's the circuit thing, the Cricut thing. Whoops. And here's the bookmark she sent me. I think I'm gonna put that maybe in my Bible thing. But this is just gorgeous. A very nice note in here. So I'm going to put this in my Eeyore. I mean, how appropriate is owl for poo, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous? And JD apparently made one for Davina.
Did it say JD made it? Or
I think Davina said JD
Well,
made it.
I think I don't know if Davina assumed Jerry.
No, I thought she said that JD made it. That it
I know
said
she
something.
said it. I don't.
I think it said so, because I know Brittany does allow her to make
Yeah.
things. So this is, and if it didn't, then
regardless,
Brittany,
it was,
Brittany can correct us. But I love the way this is made, and you can see how it's put in. The sparkly fits in here.
Yeah, and I'm trying
like a picture.
and I'm going to pull up the picture
Isn't that pretty?
of.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And I do apologize for not saying something sooner. I just wanted to do it on the podcast first.
So, mine. I already showed Brittany a picture on the Patreon WhatsApp. Here's what it looks like. Okay, so first of all, I kept losing. That's how the bookmark fits on the book.
Mm-hmm.
I kept losing my bookmark for my Return of the King. It kept getting yanked out by its tassel. Here's what it looks like.
Oh, Ty, it looks like she sent us multiples of each, so we can maybe each get one of each or something.
And that's what it looks like on the back. So it's very useful.
See, look, Ty, multiples, so we can.
Oh, I figured that's what she did.
Excellent.
So, yeah. Thank you very much, Brittany. I did not bring the bunny one you made me because it's still on my desk.
This is going in my book where it doesn't get hurt. I keep my cards in a box. This one's going in my scrapbook, in my ER book. I lost my. There we go. Okay, let me just put this here so I don't forget. That makes me happy. It's such a pretty card.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
And mine's really pretty too. You just can't see it.
Brittany's very, very talented with that. Okay. There. My hands don't want to work for tying things up. Okay. So that takes care of stash enhancements.
Then it's thank yous and
Yeah, if you don't want to be here for real life, type of stuff, because we'll go into medical a little bit.
yeah.
Then what I want to do is I want to thank you now. Tell you that we have is it Zoom that's coming up this Friday?
Yes.
Okay, we have a Zoom for Patreons coming up this Friday. Patreons only. We already did our open Zoom. So this is Patreons only. So that's this Friday at 10:30.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be doing that.
And we had to be in a timely manner because you have somewhere to be.
Yes. I have an appointment. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So before you guys leave, those who don't want to listen to live stuff, I want to thank the people that I saw who have commented.
Rena did it too.
I have it written down.
Okay.
But thank you for reminding me. Stacy's Journal Journey, Looney Hiker, Kara, Andrea, Paula, Meditative Crafter, Brittany, Jodadiah, and Rena. So thank you very much for your comments. If you commented and I didn't mention you just because I didn't see you, I haven't responded to anybody. This week has been kind of strange. This past week, I don't know. I'm not sure why I didn't. Everything just seemed like, nah, I don't want to. But I did read them. I did go by and heart everybody, and I will comment.
Well, let's see. Monday we had the podcast. Tuesday we had my hair appointment.
Mm-hmm. Wednesday was mine.
Wednesday-
No, Wednesday last week was mine.
It
What
was last week.
the week before. Wednesday was what? Was that your doctor's appointment?
Thursday was my doctor's
Thursday was the
appointment.
doctor's appointment. What was Wednesday?
Maybe Wednesday was your hair appointment.
I thought no, because mine was the week before because you had to reschedule.
Oh, okay. So
Wednesday
Wednesday was the only day we didn't have something then.
I feel like we did something. I don't know what it was.
I know that I fell asleep during our tea. So that's why we didn't get a full tea.
Yeah, I don't know. Wednesday was potentially a day I could have done it, but I didn't.
Uh-huh.
And then Thursday we had stuff, and then my husband's home on Friday, and so commissary and my appointment because I have 6. I'm doing my 4th one of the 6 next week. So, 6. I was in the middle of my appointment, so I didn't get to it. So I know excuses, but there it is. Now before you leave, Angela's Hip, don't forget to send me your email so I can send you that coupon to the yarn store. It's like a gift certificate type thing. I can send it to you via email, okay? That way the shipping's not bad. I'm hoping that it's not bad for you in country because it's really prohibitive for us over here. And so I wanted to make sure you got something because you deserved it.
Yeah.
Okay, you got picked, all right? And you put something in, so you deserve it. So congratulations, and
Yes.
congratulations to everyone who posted. Let's see. I'm going to give you a few we wish you all a very blessed week full of everything that makes you happy, and we'll see you here for the Flowing Woman Cave next week if you're leaving now. Okay? Give him a second here. All right.
You also might want. Last time you didn't bring the copper over because you didn't feel like you might as well bring it over a little closer this time.
Well, it's not behind everything like it was before.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember why you didn't do it.
Okay. Stuff. I guess I should do mine because mine is less, arguably less important.
Annoying is what I was gonna say.
I am in the middle, as I said, of 6 laser treatments for my jaw. And this time the doctor came to see me, the dental, I guess dental doctor, I don't know, dental person who is a doctor. She came and saw me.
Dentist?
No, no. She's an oral surgeon.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, we talked about things, and she talked about the potentiality of having a guard that I wear all the time, which I really don't want to do. And the thing is, with that comes a night guard contraption that's different from the regular night guard that actually is on both upper and lower, and then has the potential to put like bands around it, kind of like headgear would for braces, but it's all inside your mouth. And they said usually you don't need that unless you're really severe, and I'm not. She said we're not looking at that yet, but you know, we just discussed different options, and she suggested that, I said, well, do you think that the taking the muscle relaxants will help? She said she thought it would, and she said if I'm nervous about it, I can take half the dosage for as long as I need. So I'm taking, I took my first dosage yesterday, the half dose, and what I think I'm going to end up doing, if it works like it's been like it did yesterday, I'll probably finish the ones that I cut up, and then I'll go up to the regular dose.
Well, that's a good way to titrate up, just so you're comfortable.
As tomorrow, I'll probably take the meloxicam. I didn't take the meloxicam, which is my normal arthritis stuff, and that way I can get a feel for how it is to have both. I'll probably.
And meloxicam doesn't make you drowsy.
No,
so.
The one that I was concerned about was my Claritin. I think I'm just going to leave my Claritin alone, even if I am.
Honestly, Claritin's during the day, so you'd be fine.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
Also, you have non-drowsy Claritin.
I do, and that's the one I will leave till the end. I'm trying. I don't want to have to do that contraption all the time. I will do it if I have to. She said it won't. The all day one will not affect when I speak, but it takes getting used to eat. And I'm wondering how you do with cleaning your teeth and keep. I just don't want it.
So you're like, let's try the muscle.
Let's try the muscle relaxer. So
and as you get comfortable, you can put it closer to bed so it doesn't.
Well, I was fine.
Yeah, but if you go up a dose, you might.
Right. Well, we'll see. When I do it, because it's not.
How drowsy did it make you during?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I think, but I did sleep through the night.
That's good. That's good.
And I didn't wake up with as much pain, so I think it's also hitting here a little
That's
bit.
That's good. Well, it would make sense if you have a lot of tightness there.
Well, there's a muscle thing there, so it's ongoing. I'm hoping that I don't have. I'm hoping I can at least open my mouth a little wider without hurting, so I can at least
And it builds up in your system. You only have one dose.
Yeah. So hopefully that will take care of it, and I won't have to do that again. If I do have more trouble, then maybe I'll have another bout with the muscle relaxant for a couple weeks, and then.
Well, you also feel more comfortable once you know how it affects you.
Right. I'm a very nervous.
She's a very nervous medicine person.
I never used to be that way until they had something I took recalled, and then I got nervous because it never occurred to me that there might be something wrong until they recalled it. So
yeah, she's super duper nervous, like crazy nervous.
Not crazy nervous.
Over the top nervous.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
She's exaggerating. I just like to take it in the daytime when there are people here. So if I have a reaction, there's somebody here. That's nothing.
You don't sleep alone.
I'm well aware of that.
There's always someone around.
I don't like to take things at night the first time, unless it's a nighttime medicine.
And also, I'm awake for...
But you're not there, and you can't get to me. So,
I would manage to get there.
I will take a medicine that's nighttime. I will take it at night, but I'll take it at night and then I'll stay up a couple hours. So,
but
an hour.
As you get used to this, you...
Yeah, I'm fine with this now. I took
now that you've had your first dose.
I've had the first one. I'm fine. Yeah. I think I.
You cut up like 3 or 4.
I cut up 5 of them.
Did you cut 5?
Okay. I think that's what I cut up. 4 or 5 of them. So in about a week and a half, I'll go up to the one full one because I don't want to take 2 halves because they're not all even half. I don't want to take like 12 instead of 10. I just
see where it lands you too, because I'm not sure if you want to change your dose when you go to the hospital.
Oh right. Oh, it's gonna be. Yeah, it'll be. Let me see. I think it'll be after the hospital.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you thought about that because.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I did. Well, okay. I took 1, so I have. If it's 10, I have 9 more. Okay. So that
should be fine.
That's all this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, because we have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I should be on the other dose already.
We have a little over 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. So if I go that, I'll already been like 3 or 4 days on it, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure you had thought about that.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Your turn.
We do have good news on the area of the cost. Medicare is not going to be able to help us, but it ends up being a lot less expensive up front than we thought it would be for the hospital.
Her doctor is fabulous. He gives a really nice
Yeah,
discount.
the doctor himself gave us a discount, like 40% off. And actually, I need to write the check for that. Transfer it to my account and write that check. And
Yes, you know they had the date, the echo comes through.
yeah, I think if I wait too long, you have to pay within a certain period of time, or you lose your date.
Right. Well, you have to tell Dr. Henderson what's going on. Ask him. You could tell that they won't sign off unless you have the echo, and you can't.
Yeah, so it's okay. So we have a bit of a headache going on.
Well, let's go through the first thing first.
So yeah, we have the price that it's going to be a lot better up front, and if there's anything extra for the hospital, then we can have we'll pay it after the fact, and we can have a payment plan. So it's a lot better than we thought it would be.
Yeah, because at first they said they weren't going to be able to work with us, but now.
Well, this is a new like they don't. This is the first time they've had a self-pay for this hospital with Dr. Henderson. So she was going based on other hospitals they've worked with. And other hospitals they've worked with have always wanted everything up front. Whereas this hospital seems a little bit more willing to work.
And it's a little less expensive than she told us. Quite a bit, actually.
Less expensive than she told us.
So, I mean, we still need to get the money together.
Yeah.
But we're not like, oh my gosh, we can't do this. We're going to, like, just explode. Yeah. We're very grateful to those who prayed for this, and very grateful for people who have supported us spiritually and emotionally and financially.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a little ways to go, but it's doable now.
Yeah, it's doable now. So we are very appreciative. Anyone who, like I said, would like to contribute, know where to contribute. You know, there's no pressure, but if you
there never has been. Yeah,
there never has been, and we're very grateful for those who did. If you would like to, Ty has her Give Send Go. It's in, I think it's in the description box.
It is.
And my shop is in the description box if you want to do it that way.
I need to actually copy because I don't have it automatic because I don't want it to stay automatic after we come back.
Right. And then I was going to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your shop is in there.
My shop is in there. I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
I don't remember. If you want to support us in that way, fine. If not, that's fine. We are grateful, even if you feel A, not called, B, you can't do it at this time, and you just want to pray. That's fine. You know.
Actually, even in the Give Send Go, they have a pray button.
And I'm not saying just as in it's less.
No. I actually had someone I used to work with hit the pray button and send a message. Who used to do all the cardiac education stuff.
Oh.
I hadn't heard from her in forever, and she just sent me a prayer thing.
Yeah.
I had the Daughters of St. Paul sent a prayer thing. I had the Sister Disciples.
Well, Father Matt, and between Father Matt and Father Tony and Vicky, everybody in the Pauline family knows what's going on.
So even if they weren't, I mean, the nuns are not going to be able to support financially. They have their prayer. So they sent a prayer thing. They hit the prayer button and sent a nice little prayer message. So that is that's one of the things I like about this particular fundraising site. Also, apparently they said, I think I mentioned this last time, they assign you a prayer partner.
And this time the prayer partner called.
So that was really nice. And I do need to adjust a little bit the price point.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. But
yes.
I did want to say that I did want to make sure I made it clear, and I know you guys know, but just in case, that when I say just, I mean just as in separating. Like, you do one or the other, not just as in this is higher and this is lower.
No.
It's the same. It's prayer is even more important in many ways because that's what brings in the financial and all the other stuff, and make sure that get the surgery date and make sure that the surgery goes well. The prayer is what does that. So
she just want to make sure you understand that we're not
saying that
degrading. Speaking of prayers, we could use prayers because it wasn't on my original orders from for the surgery for things that were needed, but the PCP, primary care physician, who's actually a resident, will not sign off on my pre-op paperwork until he has an echo. There are no slots for an echo in any of the hospitals in this health system that'll be prior to my surgery. We're trying to see if my dysautonomia doctor can get me in, but it would be more than an echo for him. It'd be an echo, a 24-hour monitor, and seeing him. Hopefully he'll be able to talk down to an echo, but regardless, I need to see him decently ahead of time, or I lose my surgery date.
Yeah, please pray for that. I mean, we know that if God pushes it back for whatever reason, there's a reason, but it'd be really nice if we just do it when we're supposed to do it.
Yeah, because it's been such a headache, and I want to get the thing done.
Yeah. Pray that
whatever is the best.
Whatever's the best for God's will, that if she does have to change it, it's an equally good day for it, and it means that there's a special...
Right, it's a special religious day.
It's a religious thing.
And I really liked the date I had. It's a special religious feast, and I really... Last time I had a religious feast as well, and it just feels like it's
extra.
Yes.
It's extra. It's extra protection or extra.
That sounds superstitious.
It's not. It's not.
Uh-huh.
It's like asking, for those of you who aren't Catholic or the patron saints, it's like asking the patron saint of XYZ to pray for you as you do XYZ, because they're the patron saint for that. You're not praying to them. You're asking for them for help. And it's just kind of like when you feel like you would rather have this great thing happen on your birthday or something. Mm-hmm. You know, like this is an important day to you. So that's kind of the way I can kind of equate it. Yeah. Makes it even more special.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to keep that date if at all possible.
But we know that might, we'll work it as it goes. Long story, or long way to go around asking for prayers. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's about it, I think, unless you have something else.
No, I don't.
Okay. A little shorter than normal. That's good for them. We hope to see the Patreons for the Zoom on Friday. And we hope to see you all back next week for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We're glad that you were here for this podcast, and we hope you enjoyed it. We wish you a very blessed week for knitting, crocheting, or whatever it is that makes your heart happy. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 518, and that's a wrap.
Bye.